Hello everyone. Our next speaker is from the company Terrain Minerals. Welcome on stage.
Yeah, thanks for riding around to listen. Just so it all works. So Terrain Minerals are unlocking a high-grade gold discovery. We've only seen a new geological model, which is very exciting after a few years. We put results out on Monday, so it's a reasonably new development for us. We've also got a group of other commodities. We're a company that basically like to have a pipeline of projects, because as an explorer you normally kill the projects off, but it looks like our Smokebush project is the real deal. So cautionary statement. So why Terrain Minerals? You buy Terrain Minerals for exposure to our main project at Smokebush. There's a gallium component to this which is separate to the gold-silver component. We've also got a couple of other projects which we are slowly developing cheaply along the way, and two of them have taken 2 years to be granted. So our Smokebush project has been turned around with a new IP, or geophysical program, which is basically shooting electricity in the ground that reads sulfides. We just had a 22-hole for 5,000 metre drilling campaign, 80% hit rate. We know what we're drilling now. This is pretty exciting. Silver results are still spending, and we're planning for a follow-up drill program. There's another area around the intrusive unit, or the granite that's coming up, that's supplying all the fluids here, Wildflower, and I'll talk about it later, but we've just done IP of that as well. Our gallium at Lawrence Lane, that basically the WA government's paying for a metallurgy study that is due in December, so there's a lot of news coming there. There's no point having the biggest gallium projects in the world if you can't get the stuff out. Rare earths is all about metallurgy. Our Billawheeler project is a Queensland project. It's taken 2 years to get granted, as well as our Kalindi and our Lort River projects. These are backup projects that we're bringing forward slowly, and I won't talk too much about them. So Terrain Minerals, 2.6 billion shares in issue. We're basically a WA-centric company with one Queensland project. The market cap is now $10 million. It's still very cheap, I believe, for what we've put out recently. Share price now 0.4. 1,300 shareholders. Board and management are heavily invested. We have a small board. Myself, I'm from a stockbroking mining background. Jason McDonald's corporate lawyer, broking. Johannes Lin's a Singaporean director. Basically all the information's in the back from a very high net worth family. And Benjamin Bell's our head of exploration. He's made several discoveries. So we've got a pretty good, small, tight team. Our Smokebush project is gold and gallium are the main two components. We're 350 kilometres north of Perth. We're in a known mining area. There's lots of infrastructure. We've also supported for gold mills. There's lots of mills there that have spare capacity. One thing we do in WA is gold mining, and we're in the right area. The lease is getting converted to a mining lease at the moment because we're very confident in what we have, and all the permits are in place for the next drill campaign. So we're pretty excited about how things are progressing forward here. They're the grades we've recently released. The key thing here is we've got gold over 700 metres. That's the fluid pathway that we've been drilling. We've actually had this wrong. We've now found the trapments, or the dolerites, which are basically big sponges, which I'll show you in a second, where it's been sucking the gold in, and this is why we believe this can be a lot bigger. This now looks like a typical West Australian gold project, which could be very big. IP's turned it around. So look, hole number 63, you see in that red dot, that's the IP anomaly that is running up down the side here. We got 11 metres at 6 grams a tonne and 43.5 grams silver. All these other holes are still pending base metal and silver results, which are due in the next 2 or 3 weeks. There's a lot more news to come from this. That's a cross section, basically running down, we believe, one of the dolerites that's sitting in here. And we're calling that Monza. So if you have a look on the presentation, you see some really nice grades there. We've only taken down to about 150 metres true depth. These things typically go down to the bowels of the earth. That's a cross section. You can have a look at that, but there's some very nice attractive grades there, and silver's pending. And this is basically that fluid corridor which I showed you with the lenses of gold. So the fluid's been going up there. These are the two dolerites. There's another one here. Now, fluid's been flowing up and then into these for millions of years. All the big WA gold deposits have this mechanism in place. And now, basically, we're drilling in the wrong place. We now have to go along and drill along these dot lines. There's another two sitting up here. So this is where the scale comes in, and this is why this project's been turned on its head as of 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you'll see in the results as of Monday. So this is the real deal, we believe. This is what we'll be concentrating and spending all our money on going forward. So we're quite excited. On the same project, that's where the lightning structure sits. Down around here, there's a big granite that's come up, and that's the engine that's pushing all the fluids around. And the fluids have been coming up through here, but they've also been coming through cracks down through here. So we've done an IP survey. We've been getting some really nice gold hits in the supergene, and now we're following up with IP, and then another program to start here. So potentially these couple of anomalies that are forming here may be better than here. So that's really exciting. And we're in the same temperature zone as up here. Our Lawrence Lane Gallium project actually sits away down here, away from the gold, and it's in a different geological structure. This is just a bit of an aerial or map of our tenement package here at Smokebush. Mount Gibson, which is Capricorn, have just taken over. They're our southern boundary here. Warradar is our northern boundary. They've just merged together, so we're now surrounded by a large ASX gold producer. We have another ASX gold producer here. They go up to the Deflector mill. They're another major. So we're surrounded by majors, and we've got another mill cranking up here at Kirkalocka, which we can use. So we have some options to potentially go into early production if we don't become master of our own destiny. Just quickly, also Lawrence Lane is in a big floodplain that runs up and down here and goes into this river, and that's why it's a bit of a unique geological feature. So gallium. Gallium is a specialty metal. We have a JORC exploration target of 5% of the 27 square kilometre target. This is a big unique geological feature. It's in a sand or a clay regolith, so it's potentially very easy mining. The zone's up to 64 metres, grades up to 54 grams a tonne. It's a bit unusual. So WA government's paying for a MET study. We talked to some people with potential offtake and for partnering. This is a non-LME commodity. It's hard for junior to enter this space. It's better to have a partner for us. You need an end user. So we got 102 holes into it. You can see there, 10 of the holes sit outside of the JORC exploration target. It all looks the same because of the unique feature. So gallium, critical mineral. Its main use is semiconductors and computer chips. Gallium chips and transistors are used in AI and quantum computing. It doesn't work without them. It's in LED lights and lasers. It doesn't work without them. It's basically the glue that holds a modern world together. So it's critical. China controls 98% of it. It's also in photovoltaics, and they're putting it in electric magnets for stabilisation of the magnetic field. So it's only 1,000 tonne a year market. Maybe go to 3,000 tonne. It's very, very small, but nothing works. 5th generation fighter jets, missiles, radar don't work. You need gallium. So it's a bit unusual. We have to wait till the MET study comes, not drilling it out until we get a solution to get it out of the ground. Forward Works project, so the lightning follow-up drilling will be coming after we put out the IP anomaly. We've got applications submitted for mining lease, and our gallium studies are progressing. We have more news on the MET at Christmas time, so that's quite exciting for our main project. Billawheeler Gold Copper project sits 2,500 square kilometres. Well, Geo's made 2 major discoveries. These been both of his companies. As he's made these other discoveries, they end up dropping it. We've pegged it. We're quite excited about to have it. There's 7 walk-up drill targets here, copper gold. There's copper hanging out of the ground. We've only had a grant about 6 months ago. We're getting organised to get on the ground next year, but we're a bit preoccupied, I believe, with the gold discovery. So we'll see where this goes. As you can see, there's some nice, really big, strong soil sediments. The majors have owned it in the past. There's a lot to like. We're getting a lot of interest from industry at the moment on this project. You can go back and have a look, but you can see roughly where it sits. There's a lot of major copper gold mines sitting in this area. We've got an old Krakow gold mine's been going over 100 years and still producing a lot of gold at the moment, so we're in a great location. There's a quick forward statement. So basically, of our lightning project, 17 out of 21 holes came back with gold. It's an 80% success rate. We know what's happening here. The new model is working, and if there's a 10 million market, it's really cheap. We've basically got the shear zone, and now we have the entrapments. That's the part that's missing, those dolerites and the big sponges. We've got our wildflower earlier stage, advancing nice with IP, and we've got our gallium, and we've got 3 other projects. So look, I'll just quickly jump through to our appendixes. We've just started a soil program on this lithium project, started yesterday. This is 2 years to get granted. It's been hard. It's been in a major company since 2008, and they couldn't get it granted. I was able to get half of it granted to date. So we've got this tenement here and this one here. These ones here are yet to be granted. We've got Wildcat Resources are actually developing the lithium mine here. This is the major lithium corridor through the area. We've got 15 k's where we're doing soils now. It goes up into our tenement. So this is exciting. Lithium may be on the nose, but the end users are speaking to us because they do need it for their factories. So commodities are cycles. It's a cycles game. That's why we've got multiple commodities. And 2 years ago, we didn't think our gold was going to work. It is working now, so things have changed a bit for the company. But this is still a good project. We'll add some value to it cheaply and see where we go. Interestingly, we're SQM sitting here. We got a major Pilgangoora lithium mine here, and we've got a few mines and structures around us being developed now, so it's a good location. There's also potential for gold here. We're doing a machine learning study, which will be finished around Christmas. There's a few big gold mines here. Northern Star just took over the Hemi deposit. It's 11 million ounces. So we're in the right territory. Machine learning will help us. The machine learning study actually discovered the Hemi deposit. Well, they talk about it much. So that's exciting for us, but let's see, it's early days. So there's a forward program. There is some heritage to happen. We've got very good relationships. I've been able to get things through where other people haven't, so that's good for us. And our Lort River project, this is our last project, just out of the town of Esperance. Look, we were down here looking for something else. We found some high-grade rare earth. Most of the high-grade rare earths in the southwest of West Australia will never work, in my opinion. You're not getting the metallurgy. We've got some very, very high NdPrs sitting in a regolith or a clay soil profile on the edge of a mafic intrusive. We found the second mafic intrusive in the district. The other one's the Nova Bollinger mine. Unfortunately, none of the conductors we found and drilled came in to be nickel. So we've now fallen back to rare earth. The fact it's in a mafic intrusive in a very different geological setting, some of the met may work here. So we'll see how we go. It's a nice little one to have, but we're not spending much money on this one right at the moment. We'll get some met studies back, do a V10 regolith study around the edge, see just how big it can potentially be, and then we'll make a decision. There's the board at the back, you can have a quick read of them. And that's Terrain Minerals. Thank you for watching. We've got a booth just over here. Happy to walk you through and explain, always open for questions. Thank you.